Where are the Nephilim today? Welcome, brothers and sisters in Christ. This is going to be interesting. We'll take a look at present day, very tall people, freakishly tall people, people who run the world, politicians, the royals. They have a lot of money and power. They're in the limelight and they are very tall. But before I start, a couple of things. First of all, we need to work now because night is coming and no one will be able to work. Jesus said that in the book of John, and this is not working in a job to make money. This is working for God. This is posting videos like that. This is evangelizing to people. This is sharing the biblical truth. And it's not going to be possible very soon. I'm getting used to the notion that I'll have to stop posting in a few months, maybe a year, because Satan is coming, basically. It's going to be, the world will be run by Satan, and our freedoms are taken away, and the freedom of speech is pretty much gone. So it's not going to be possible to share the truth over the internet. They shut down people's accounts, they shadow ban people. The government colludes with private platforms to limit the freedom of speech. The truth is criminalized. In Canada, they talk about the bill C9, where they will prosecute you for speaking the biblical truth. So the freedom of speech, pretty much gone. Now, the other part of freedom is freedom of movement. And that was taken away during COVID, and now it's kind of back to normal, but they are trying to take it away again. And recently Trump has introduced a new rule that people who want to visit the United States, coming from Europe, I'm not sure about Canada, the US border will require the traveler to share their social media post from the last 5 years. Emails, all digital communications, comments, whatever they posted, whatever they shared, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, it has to be made available and presented to the US Border Agency if you want to enter the United States. And this is very invasive, and it will limit people's ability to travel, because not everybody is ready to just open up their whole digital life to the next border agent. And other countries will probably retaliate, introduce similar rules, and that will stop a lot of travel. And Trump is doing that. He started it. So we'll see how it develops. But Trump is working for Satan, and see, I won't be able to share this with the US Border Agency because he is introducing digital currency, digital IDs, internet surveillance, and now this. So the tyranny keeps marching on, and we won't be able soon to say anything that doesn't please the devil, and we won't be able to travel. Freedoms are gone. On top of that, they say that 50% of the internet is AI generated. The comments, upvoting, downvoting, that's done by robots, bots. And that's with the purpose of making a video more popular or less popular, mostly. But soon, 100% of all the content, of everything on the internet, everything, will be AI generated. And we can see that happening already now. It's begun, because people who create videos now, they get the script written by AI. The video footage or any image is AI generated, and the narration is also automated. It's AI generated. So a lot of young people, they make garbage like that just to make money. And for one, I refuse to watch that junk. I only stick with real people. So we need to work now because there's not much time left. So let's take a look at these freakishly tall people. Here's a list compiled by Daily Mail, a British news magazine. Some of those people are basketball players, Shaquille O'Neal and others, which kind of makes sense. If you're a basketball player, they choose you for your height. But a lot of these people are in the entertainment business. They are actors, like John Cleese. He's 6'5.5", very tall. I never knew that. He kind of looked lanky, but not that tall. Vince Vaughn is 6'5" something. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, he's very tall. And the other ones are athletes, which kind of makes sense, but Clarkson, I think he's comedian and actor. So a lot of British personalities. Jeff Goldblum, US actor, 6'4.5", very tall. Okay, athlete again. Sacha Baron Cohen, a very disgusting person, just disgusting, 6.4. I saw some videos with him which were just revolting. Clint Eastwood, 6'4", very tall. Liam Neeson is 6'4". Stephen King, he's not an athlete. He works behind his desk writing books. He's 6'4" as well. Okay, another athlete. Then actors. Christopher Reeve was 6'4". David Hasselhoff is 6'4". Ben Affleck is 6'3.5". Then political leaders. Fidel Castro, he was 6'3". And then the royals. Prince William, 6'3". Political leaders. Trump is 6'3". This is way more than the average height, which is 5'9", 5'10" in the US. Will Ferrell, another disgusting actor, very dirty, ugly jokes. Chevy Chase, also disgusting jokes. That Lampoon, the whole series, Lampoon Vacation, I watched that recently and I was surprised how unclean those movies are. Samuel Jackson, very racist, African American, terrible man. Then the ex-president of Syria, Bashar al-Assad, 6'2", very tall. Now, Morgan Freeman is actually a fairly nice man, but he's also very tall, 6'2". Daniel Barlow, some English personality, British personality. Ex-Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, 6'2". Travolta was 6'2", is 6'2". I didn't know he was that tall. Sometimes it's really difficult to tell, looking at the screen, how tall these actors are. But a lot of them are over 6 feet tall. And the Apple creator, CEO, David Letterman, he is 6'2". I didn't know that. Sitting behind the desk, it was difficult to tell. Jim Carrey is actually a normal person, I believe, but he's also over 6 feet tall. And then more athletes, soccer players. And then we get into the royals again. Prince Harry, a little shorter than his brother, but still over 6 feet. And then the US government, J.D. Vance, 6'2". Now, is he 6'2"? Because some sources say he is 6'3". Some they say he's shorter. Clinton was 6'2", is. And then this person was an athlete. Will Smith, 6'2". Schwarzenegger, 6'2". I knew he was, of course, he was bulky, but I didn't know he was over 6 feet tall. Hugh Jackman, another actor, very tall. Sean Connery. I thought Sean Connery was the usual 5'10" or something. But no, 6'2". Russell Brand. Elon Musk, 6'1". Now, again, is he really 6'1"? Because different sources say different things, give you different answers. Saddam Hussein was over 6 feet tall. Nice suit, Brosnan. Pinky. Keanu Reeves, 6'1". Quite often they are in the movies with other actors who are also very tall. Kevin Costner, 6'1". Like Sean Connery was in Indiana Jones with Harrison Ford, who is also very tall. Harrison Ford, I think he's coming up, he's over 6 feet tall as well. And when they are both standing next to one another, it's difficult to tell that Sean Connery was over 6 feet tall because Harrison Ford is 6'1". Everybody's tall in Hollywood, apparently. British Prime Minister, 6'1". Kennedy was 6'1". Al Gore, 6'1". Is there anybody who is average height of 5'9" for the US? Obama, 6'1". He seemed lanky, but again, I didn't know it was 6'1", over 6 feet tall. Reagan, same thing. Was that Denzel Washington? A little shorter, but still over 6 feet tall. Athletes. Stevie Wonder, over 6 feet tall. See, all these people, from looking at pictures and TV, they seem to me to be 5'9", 5'10", maybe 5'11", but they are all over 6 feet tall. Yeah, CEOs, 6 feet. Most of the CEOs, we'll come to that, are over 6 feet tall. The guy, Saudi Arabia guy, 6 feet. Another prince or something, 6 feet, both of the princes. Belarus, Lukashenko, president, 6 feet. And even people like Tom Hanks, Bruce Willis is 6 feet tall. Who knew? From the movies, it always seemed like his average height. Nicolas Cage as well. This is quite surprising to me. Bruce Willis is 6 feet tall. And Gaddafi, of course, because he is a politician, he's a president. All of them are 6 feet tall. And that is the point here, that the royals, the top politicians, here we have Tony Blair, 6 feet. Sanders is 6 feet tall. On the right side, I believe we have that Andrew, Prince Andrew from the Epstein files, 6 feet. Bale. And then we're finally coming to under 6 feet. George W. Bush is 5'11 and a half, just a little bit under 6 feet. Same for Vin Diesel, and same, I believe, for Joe Biden. And then all the prime ministers from the EU. The German chancellor is 6'6". The Greek prime minister is 6'4". And so it goes. And then other people like de Blasio, the ex-mayor of New York, he is 6'4", I believe. And of course, the whole U.S. government, Elon Musk is 6'2" or 6'3". Nobody seems to know exactly. Are they hiding it? Why is it such a difficult thing to determine somebody's height? J.D. Vance, 6'2", maybe 6'3". Trump is 6'3". At some point, a year ago, I think, Google reported that Vance was 5'7". And when you look at the picture of Trump and J.D. Vance, they report that Trump is taller than Vance, but in the picture, Vance looks taller than Trump. Then other heads of state in Europe, the president of Montenegro, which is ex-Yugoslavia, is 6'6". Former NATO secretary Stoltenberg is 6'1" and something. But when you look at the picture of Stoltenberg, who is 6'1", with Trump, who is 6'3", Stoltenberg looks taller. Again, they try to obfuscate the real height of people, it seems. Now, the current NATO secretary, Mark Rutte, is 6'4". And so it goes. And it's not just the very top politicians. It's the CEOs of most companies in the US and probably all over the world. The average CEO is approximately 6 feet tall, which is about 3 inches taller than the average American male, who is about 5'9", maybe 5'10". And only 14% of the US population is 6 feet or taller, but among the CEOs, it's 60%. And then it gets even worse, because there are CEOs who are 6'2" or taller, and there's about 30% of them. But among the general population of the US, it's just 4%. 30% of very tall CEOs and only 4% of average men in the US. So those politicians, the leaders, they don't really represent the people. Now, famous athletes, that kind of makes sense. They are freakishly tall and big, and they exist all over the world. They are American, but they're also European, Russian, Polish, Chinese, all over the world. So are we seeing the Nephilim walk among us today? Could these freakishly tall people be the giants from the book of Genesis? They don't just live regular lives. They don't have regular houses, incomes. They rule over us. They are famous. They live in the spotlight. I don't believe they change into lizards at night, but I do believe they have genetic and more importantly, spiritual connections to the fallen angels. So it does look like we have some kind of giants living on earth, and they are in charge, as the Nephilim would be, as in the days of Noah. So I believe that we're incredibly close to the second coming of Jesus. All the signs are indicating that we are just moments away from the return of Christ. Everything is indicating that we are living in the last few moments before the return of Christ. I believe the end is going to really begin next year in 2026. After the peace accord with Israel, the Abraham Accord will be actually finalized and will actually hold. Right now, there's no peace. But in 26, I believe everybody will come on board. Trump or whoever else is the beast will twist the other leaders' arms, and they will sign that Abraham Accord, and the end will begin. So get ready, and thank you for listening. May the Lord richly bless you from Zion. Take care. Bye-bye.